trip on any chickens while I walk over and get the feed scoop. I need to get a scoop of scratch grains for all the chickens. Once I get the scratch grains for the chickens, then I'll get a scoop of grain for the sheep and goats. They had it last night. They don't really need it every night. But we did get a bad storm last night. It's supposed to storm again tonight. And I like them to have a little bit of extra right before a storm so that they're not up during the middle of the storm trying to find food. I don't want them to have to worry about that. You know, they should just be sheltered and not trying to be up looking for food. But I mean, they've been eating really good. They've got plenty of grass and plenty of weeds to eat too. With everything being all wet, the chickens are, I don't know, they've been begging food more today than normal. Scoop of scratch grains right here. I'm gonna set that on that ice chest for a second. Nobody's on the live yet, but gotta keep this closed up, otherwise the chickens try to get into the shed. All right, I'm gonna keep it on me until I get over by the chickens. Actually, still basically, the sheep and goats are right there, but I don't have their food right now. I've got the chicken food. The guineas have been the only ones today not really begging food. So every time I step out the front door, the chickens are surrounding me. But we do have a lot of baby chicks right now. Let's see. As far as chicks that are less than 2 months old, we've got 21, 22. Oh, and then as far as what's like 2 months to 4 months old, 7 and about another 20. So we roughly have 40 chicks that are in the, less than 4 months old, with more than half of them being less than 2 months old. And all right, let me turn this around there. All right, you see get several adult hens and roosters in the mix here, but little chicks here. That one is just over a month old. There's a group of 8 of those. It's just over a month old. And I'm just giving all these guys some scratch grains. I think I'm going to spill some of it in here for the mama and babies. And here there's a mama that's got 8 little babies, or 9 little babies, I mean. Let's see, let me zoom in on her for a second. I'm going to bring them some chick starter too, but I had the scratch grain in the scoop, so I figure throw some out. As far as I know, he's probably one of the dads in here with some of these baby chicks. Yeah, I'm going to have to move this box tomorrow. These chicks they haven't gone through a move yet. They've been in this spot. This is their second full day in this spot. It'll be their second night tonight. And I put them in this box yesterday morning and haven't moved it yet. But you can tell the mama has been scratching up the ground pretty good. So I'm gonna have to move them tomorrow morning. We got all these chickens eating scratch grains. I definitely scooped too many scratch grains, but both of our Americanos are right here. These 2 older ladies right here. that one and the lighter tan one there. They're both Americanas. You see the beard, or cheek, little cheek feathers and the beard feathers, but yeah. And there's our big boy. He's probably the most aggressive with the hens, but yeah, he's going to be around for about a couple more weeks, and then we're trading roosters with my sister. She's going to get that rooster. All right. Throw some more of this right here for those little chicks. That little chick there is about a week and a half old. There's 4 of them that we have that are that age. There's that one. There's 2 right here. Oh, they do not need more food right now. They're gorging themselves. Their crops are so full it's sticking out sideways on their neck. So yeah, we don't need to add any more for them. Yeah, but I need to go. Yeah, I need to go get a scoop of grain for the other animals. Hi, Anna. I know you did. All right. Daddy's on a live stream right now, so don't get in front of the camera, okay? Huh. All right. I'm going to go dump the rest of this scratch back in the thing and get some grain for the sheep. Anna, are you going to stay with the chickens? Yeah, this area up here where the black plastic is, that's preparing the ground for next spring's garden. We're gonna, this whole area it's about a 40 foot by 50 foot spot, and I'm gonna plant the whole thing next year. And I don't know exactly what I'm gonna plant yet. I'm gonna form up some rows, and we're gonna plant this whole area. I just got the plastic on the ground trying to kill the grass and stuff under it, grass and weeds. In November, I'm going to take that off of there and cover it with wood chips in my garden shed. But over there, I've got 7 piles of wood chips, and up front, I got 5 more piles of wood chips up towards the front of the property. So looks like it's raining to the north of us. Guineas are over here by the firewood. I think it holds 5 bags, so 1/5 of the way. But you can see the dogs just stick their head in there, and there's the dog food in there. But what I got to get right now is in the shed. Yeah, that bag of grain got wet and dumped, so that's too big. That's the stuff I had for the horses. It's a little too big for the goats and the sheep to eat. The calves have no problem with it. But this one over here. So anyways, I need to get that swept up. It spilled earlier today. I need to get it cleaned up. Right now I'm in Alright, got a scoop of this stuff. It's pellet feed. And that's going to go to the calves. And yeah, the calves and sheep and goats. The horses got a bit of grain earlier today. So, yeah, looks like they were trying to push the gate open. They had it open about 3 inches. I don't have the chain for this gate anymore, so I got this old pink dog leash. And nah, Brownie. No, you're not getting out. Sorry, I gotta do this gate back up so they don't escape. I got a mob of animals around me right now. What? All right. Come on. You know, you're pushing me so hard I can't even walk to where I need to go. Dump the grain right on the ground in the middle of an anthill. I'm not going to dump it on the ground at all. All right, good job, Anna. All right. There's all the animals eating their grain. Yeah. Okay. I think this black and white ewe should be about 2 to 3 months away from having lambs again. Maybe a little less than 2 months, but I don't think it's much less. And I don't think any of the 3 ewe lambs are bred yet. They're being pushy tonight, though. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, the only reason I'm giving them grain tonight is because we got a storm coming in again tonight, and I want them to have some. I don't want them to be up trying to eat all night long, you know. But I mean, they already look like they have full bellies. You just want them to be satisfied before it gets dark, so they're not trying to be up in the pasture eating. We did. Oh, the first winter we were here, we lost a calf, a longhorn calf. It was about 2 months old because it had a storm, and it just stayed out in the middle of the pasture for the whole storm and got chilled, and we couldn't get it warmed back up. So it was, like I said, about a 2-month-old calf, and yeah, lost it in a winter storm. But hopefully we don't have that issue. I mean, it's summertime, we're not going to have that issue right now, but since then, anytime there's a storm, I like to make sure that the animals have a little bit of grain. Probably need more feed troughs than just the 2, so they have room to spread out a little more. The other thing is I need to separate these steers are getting bigger than the sheep. They definitely weigh more than the sheep now. And when we first got them, that bigger brown steer there was smaller than this ram is. But now he's getting big and he's pushing the others around a bit too much, and I don't need to get rid of him. I just need to move him to the back paddock with the horses. He's a lot smaller than the horses, but kind of wanted to wait till he got a little bigger. But I don't want him pushing around these too much. So, but he is the friendliest one we've got. He's pushy with the other animals and friendly with me. What you doing, Brownie? Did you finish your grain? Hey, Mama, you. Hey, you're not gonna kick the ewe. Hey, Mr. Ram, you doing okay? Yeah. You going in the house? Yeah. Did you pick the only pink flower in the garden? Okay. I was going to let that flower go to seed, but she just picked it. Oh well. Yeah, in the evening, chores are pretty simple. It's just feed the chickens, feed these animals. I already checked horses earlier, gave them some grain. They have plenty of water in their trough. So they're not, and they're doing good on grass where they're at. One thing I didn't do this morning was open up the sheep to the front paddock. Probably should have, but I've got so they're in an area that's a little over 3 acres, and then there's another almost an acre, just shy of an acre paddock that is up in the front that I have to have a water trough in to water them. And the only reason I don't leave it open all the time is because I don't want it open at night for them, because there's barbed wire across the front. So they typically stay in and they'll come back at night if they do get out, but I don't want anything else getting in there and attacking them, so I don't open it up. I don't leave it open at night. It looks like my mosquito fish spawned. All those little ripples in the pond right there. I think those are the little mosquito fish fry. Yeah, a bunch of them. Yeah, we got some rain and the water level in this pond came up about 3 inches from where it was yesterday. It's still low. I mean, we're summertime here. Once we get the fall storms and the winter rains, this pond to be pretty full again. But as it gets later and later into the summer, even with the summer storms, it doesn't typically get completely full. But it's actually stayed fuller this year than it did last year. Last year it was a lot lower than this. The storm filled it up pretty well, and then by mid-August it was all again. Snake. Let's see. You can see it right there in that branch. It's laying across the top of the branch and really blends in well. But definitely a snake. All right. Yeah. I keep seeing little fish jumping in the pond. And I haven't put anything in here that should be jumping. So, but we have had a crane that keeps coming along and eating stuff in the pond. So it might have brought some fish eggs from another type of fish. Little bass or bluegill or something. I don't know. There's the only fish I've put in there have been mosquito fish. And there are frogs and snakes and turtles. But and I know the frogs will jump, but I've seen fish jump, and I'm not sure what type though. Anyways, there's the cows. Mom's looking the salt block. I'm gonna have to get a new salt block here next month, it looks like. Anyways, there's the cows. And the goats. Yeah, no more grain tonight. The goats are doing good. And there's the sheep. Well, I'm done with chores. I'm gonna head back in. So I'll. All right. I'm gonna end it here. Thanks everybody for hopping on.